Hi guys, there are 4 people waiting. That's amazing. Welcome to the lesson. I'm thrilled to see you. Well, I can't see you, but you can see me, and I can see that you are there. So, this is an English lesson. So, for people who want to learn English, what's your mother tongue? What are you native speaker in which language? Like, are you German? Are you French? Spanish? Tell me in the comments because now the chat is empty. The 4 people have gone wherever. Okay, I will just do what I did last time. But last time there was one person there. There was Caroline. And she's already level B1, B2. So she speaks English fluently, but sometimes she doesn't know a word or which tense to use. That's why we did the topic tenses last time. But today I want to do something very easy. So the first 15 minutes are always grammar, explanations, rules, why is this like this, and so on. And then the second part, when there are other people here, at the moment there's nobody here, so we will only do 15 minutes. When there are people here, it's 45 minutes. And it's a group lesson, so there will be 5 people maximum in Skype who can attend the lesson. So no more than 5 students in Skype. So when there are 5 people in Skype, I can't answer chat questions, only in the end. But you can participate anyway. So I sent you the link to the ebook, and it's about the verb to be. The verb to be in German normally, but you can also have this in English French, English Spanish, English Italian, or English Russian. It's a bilingual ebook, and it will give you hundreds of examples of how to use this verb, which is the most important verb, and in present tense. When you watched the class, last week's class about tenses, then you know that present tense, there are 2 present tenses, so it can be either the continuous form, which doesn't really exist in the verb to be, but it exists. It's I am being. It's more used like in a gerund, like for example, he went home, or he came home being so tired that he wanted to lay down instantly. So being, for example, in German, we don't have such a form. We have it, but we don't use it. We just make a whole clause, a whole sentence out of this word. Tell me if you're German, write it in the comments. Up to a certain number, I can answer comments. When there are too many, I won't be able to answer any comments because I have 15 channels. By the way, I'm Mona. I'm a polyglot. That means I speak 6 languages: German, English, French, Spanish, Italian, and Russian. So if you speak one of those languages and you learn English, don't hesitate to ask in your language. But if you are able to, ask in English, because it's more effective. It doesn't matter if you make mistakes. Okay, I'm rambling. Let's start. So page 6, you can see the conjugation. I am, you are, he is, she is. We already did that last time a bit. And then you have examples for each of the uses, which you can see on page 4. So to be is used in sentences with, or contexts with, who, where, age, how, where from, time, weather, material, day, past, to be there, profession, condition, and be doing now. But those all refer to the German verb to be, not to the English one. But I had to take one language as a basis so that I could make something. It's not possible to make everything the same in all languages because languages are different. So the basis is German, but if you are Italian, you can read your ebook in Italian and English, bilingual. Okay, let's do some examples. And what I want to explain today is the word order. I already did that yesterday in German. So if you also want to learn German, the German group lesson is on Monday. The word order in English is SPOMT. SPOMPT. That means subject, predicate, object, manner, place, time. It's a bit variable. You don't have to do it always like that, but that's the basis. And we will see examples for that. So let's start with page 7. Who am I? So this is already an exception because the verb to be has 2 subjects. Because you can ask, for example, in the answer, I'm Mona. You can ask, who am I? And have the answer, Mona. You can also ask, who am I? And answer, I. So I and Mona are both subjects and are both answers to the question, who, in this sentence. The word order, nevertheless, is subject, predicate, and then it's just not an object, it's a subject again, but that only happens with this verb. There are 2 other examples, but I won't get into that. So, who are you? Same. Who is subject, predicate is are, and you, in this case, it's another subject. So let's do page 8. Where am I? So this is a different word order because where is not a subject. It's a question word. And if you have a question, then you have a different word order. And the word order in questions is the question word, then comes an auxiliary. Auxiliaries are verbs that are used together with other verbs, but verbs that are conjugated and verbs that belong to the subject. For example, am in this sentence, where am I? Am is the predicate to I, but when you have a longer sentence, for example, where am I going, then am is the auxiliary. It is the predicate also. So you can say question word and then predicate, but it's easier to say question word, auxiliary, because auxiliary, if you hear that, okay, you know that there's a second part of the verb. If you say predicate, there doesn't have to be a second part. Predicate can be one part. Auxiliary is one part, and there has to be a second part of the verb. For example, where am I going? Then going is the second part of the verb, because it belongs together, because it means that the going, the action of going, happens at the moment. And am shows you that it belongs to I, because you have seen the conjugation. Am, are, is, are, are. Yeah, there's not much variation in English, but am is for I, and is for he, she, it, and all the others have are. So you are, we are, and they are. But I am, and he or she or it is. And then another example for this is now another ebook. I will give you a second link, because we need a second verb to explain some more examples. So we will do have. And as I don't know if you are German, Italian, or French, I will just give you the Italian link. So this is English Italian. No, let me give you another link. So to have means like to own. You can use have for many different cases. And this is again based on the German verb, but there are many things that are the same in German and in English. So I will give you the link to the verb to have in present tense, and this is the German English version. In the chat I can't mark anything with Command A, because then I mark everything in the chat. So the verb to have, if you look at, for example, page 7. What do I have? So I said the first part in a question is the question word, like who or where or when or what. And the second is the auxiliary. You can see now the verb do. This is the auxiliary. Now you know, okay, there must be a second one. Yeah, there's no example with what and do without a second part. I can't think of one. And the third is now the subject, I. Who is doing something in this question? I. And have is infinitive, and it's a verb that belongs to the predicate of the sentence. So do and have belong together, and I, the subject, is in the middle. But the word order is question word, then auxiliary, then the subject, and then the second part of the predicate. I will give you a small presentation about the word order so that you can see it and that you have some examples. Also with other verbs, not only with to be and to have. And if you were there, if we were in Skype, I would ask you to read a text now, and we would talk about the text, and in the end, the last 15 minutes, we would talk about some questions and discuss about a topic that is related to the text. But as you are not there, I will finish the lesson here, and I will make this presentation for you with the word order. As I don't know if you want to be part of the group lesson, of the group lesson, then if you don't participate in the group lesson, you only want to watch the videos in the playlist, then you can get my ebooks on my homepage, which you will find in my video description. And it's polyglotparkitloveit.wordpress.com. And there you can choose your language, so either German or English or French or Spanish or Italian or Russian. And then you will see as the second possibility to click on ebooks. And the ebooks are all bilingual, and you can get them when you just pay on PayPal and write, for example, you want ebook 2A with the verb to have, and you want the combination English-Spanish, for example, then you will get the link via email, and then you can use it online or download it. You can also print it out, but it's not necessary. You can use it online. And all ebooks will be available as videos as well on Polyglot Pocket Love It. It takes a lot of time to make those videos, and I have 15 channels. I have to do a lot of videos, but I'm convinced that this is the best method to learn a language because it's relaxing. You can read along, you can read the sentence in your language, and you can read it in the other language that you are learning, and you can listen to a native speaker who's talking, and you can repeat it as often as you need to. And it's very effective because very often when we learn a language, it's not effective because it's too stressful, too many new words, and it's frustrating. And I found out that I learn best with bilingual ebooks, but there are not many that I like. I like children's bilingual books, but they are expensive. My ebooks are very cheap, so everybody can get some. Yeah, I hope you will participate in the group lesson or get some ebooks, and I hope you enjoyed this live, and I wish you a wonderful day and see you in the next video. Bye bye.